Welcome back to DarkNight Whispers. Tonight's tale unravels inside an abandoned greenhouse that still breathes quietly, persistently long after its caretakers have turned to dust. If you've ever pressed your face to frosted glass and thought you saw someone watching from the other side, this story is for you. No one in Wilford Township remembered planting the cypress trees that ringed the old Nightshade Nursery. They just grew black-barked walls around a forgotten garden. For decades, the gates rested shut until Lena Farrow, a botany grad student desperate for a thesis topic, convinced the township council to let her catalog what remained. She brought a backpack, a voice recorder, and a camera that still smelled of the last wedding she'd shot. Her only warning came from the groundskeeper who refused to go with her. Watch the mist on the panes, miss. It sometimes writes back. The main greenhouse sat like a crystal coffin in a clearing 12-pane windows, webbed with cracks, iron ribs streaked with lichen. Inside, vines coiled through broken benches. Dead leaves carpeted a floor of black soil. Lena's shoes left perfect prints. Record scratch. Day 1 temperature 10 degrees cooler inside than out. No birdsong past the threshold. As she spoke, her breath fogged the nearest pane. A thumb-sized oval cleared on its own, as if a fingertip brushed the other side. She wiped it away, blaming drafts. Every afternoon, she mapped the beds finding species long extinct in the region. Night blossom hellebore, violet cypress seedlings, a black orchid older than her grandmother's birth records. At dusk, the glass darkened from the outside. Those skies overhead stayed clear. Her phone died at sunset exactly every day. The third evening, she found a tiny handprint and condensation on the door, too small for any adult. She photographed it. In the image, her camera display showed 2 handprints. Only one appeared on the file later. Lena set up motion cameras. They captured nothing but growing mist until night 5, 303A. A figure crossed the aisle, pale, hair drifting like pondweed. No footsteps, just a glide. The figure paused, turned its head toward the lens, and the video cut to static. When she replayed the clip, a single frame remained. The inside of the greenhouse window, scraped with letters. Singing me sunlight, the letters faded while she watched. Determined, Lena returned at dawn. In the east wing, she found an antique phonograph, needle poised above an unmarked shellac record. She wound it. The turntable spun but emitted no sound until her exhaled breath touched the horn. Then a faint lullaby seeped into air, thin, watery, like music remembered underwater. Dead leaves rustled in rhythm. Vines flexed toward the horn, blooming mold-pale flowers that opened and wilted within seconds. The lullaby ended. The flowers turned to ash. On the glass, a new message formed in dew. "We're so cold." That night, a storm rolled over Hemlock Hill. Lightning bristled between cypress trunks. Rain hammered glass. Midnight. Lena heard laughter childish, echoing through ventilator grates. She followed it to the propagation shed door stuck fast until thunder shook the frame. Inside, rows of bell jars. Each housed a withered sapling and a strip of paper pinned like an ID tag. Matthew, Elise, Jonah. At the far end, one bell jar remained empty, tag blank. Glass quivered under her breath. Mist etched 3 new words, Philmanel. Through township archives, Lena uncovered Forbidden's history. Nightshade Nursery had once bred ornamental saplings from children's graves, a grotesque Victorian fad claiming trees grown with youthful essence thrived forever. Orphans from the county home volunteered, vanished, reappeared as names on bell jars under glass. Their voices, it seemed, never left. Part 8, Bargain in the Hothouse storm passed. Lena entered the greenhouse one final time. She carried a grow lamp, batteries fresh, and began to sing soft lines of an old spring hymn her grandmother taught her. Light flared, every cracked pane glittered. Mist curled, spelling, "Stay." Whispers rose dozens, maybe hundreds layered like wind in pipes. They asked for warmth, for sun, for the sound of bees. They asked to be remembered. Lena set her grow lamp inside the empty bell jar and wrote one name on the tag, Lena. She backed away as vines lashed up, sealing the jar. Her own breath frosted the glass outside, a mirror of theirs within. Weeks later, hikers find Nightshade Nursery ablaze with impossible blooms, orchids, hellebore, violet cedars, all thriving under fractured glass that never frosts. They also find an empty camera on a bench, footage corrupted except a single clear frame. Lena, smiling gently, hand pressed to the inside of a bell jar, sunlight streaming through her body like stained glass. The tag at the base reads simply, "Caretaker." What would you give a restless garden that sings for sunlight with a dead child's voice? Let me know in the comments. And remember, if mist on the glass writes your name, think carefully before writing back. Don't forget to like, subscribe to DarkNight Whispers, and share this with someone who still believes all greenhouses are for growing life, never holding it. Until next time, listen for what's blooming behind locked doors. And good night. Comment any scary story you've heard below and I will make a video about it.